Starmer backlash. Keir Starmer faces backlash after migrant speech in brutal PMQs exchange. Westminster, London, Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer was hit with a wave of criticism during a heated Prime Minister's Questions, PMQs, session following a controversial migrant speech earlier this week. The debate quickly escalated as both party leaders clashed over migration, the economy, and national security. The tension mounted when a Reform UK MP raised alarm over a reported terrorism arrest. As a matter of national security, over the weekend, an illegal immigrant from Iran, who we believe came by boat, was arrested in the north of England on serious charges of terrorism. Since the speech on Monday, 1,000 undocumented young males have crossed the English Channel. Does the Prime Minister agree now is the time to declare the situation in the English Channel a national security emergency? Prime Minister Rishi Sunak responded by defending his government's approach and attacking Labour's record. Mr. Speaker, the situation is serious. The last government lost control of the borders. We are taking powers with the Borders Bill precisely to address this. It gives terrorism-like powers to law enforcement so we can intervene before crimes are committed. Starmer's leadership questioned. Earlier in the session, Starmer condemned the government's handling of unemployment. Yesterday we learned that unemployment is up 10% since the election. Why does the Prime Minister think unemployment is rising on his watch? The Prime Minister hit back, accusing Starmer of negativity and ignoring government achievements. Mr. Speaker, she comes here every week to talk the country down. We've got 200,000 new jobs, record investment, for interest rate cuts. Contrast that to the disastrous Liz Truss mini-budget, inflation through the roof, and a £22 billion black hole. Starmer, undeterred, pointed to the collapse of iconic UK businesses, referencing Beale's, a 180-year-old department store. They survived 2 world wars and the winter of discontent, but they couldn't survive this Labour government. It's having, and I quote, a Rachel Reeves closing down sale. Trade and economy, a political battleground. Sunak pivoted to trade success, seizing the opportunity to highlight recent wins. We've created new jobs, record investment, trade deals. The India deal? They tried for 8 years and failed. We did that deal. The US deal? We did that too. He accused Starmer's party of opposing key agreements. She wants to rip up the India deal, even though it has the same provisions she put on the table. The US deal saves thousands of jobs in car manufacturing. She wants to rip that up. The EU deal? She hasn't even seen it and she wants to rip it up. The Prime Minister delivered a harsh blow. This is reduced to a brain. A once great political party is sliding into brain-dead oblivion. Starmer returned to the issue of migration, challenging the Prime Minister's shifting tone. This Prime Minister once spoke of compassion and dignity for migrants and defending free movement. Now he talks of violence of strangers and taking back control. Is there any belief he holds that survives a week in Downing Street? Sunak's retort was sharp. Yes, the belief that she talks rubbish. I want to lead a country where we walk into the future as neighbours, not as strangers. That's why we're fixing the system with principles of control, selection, and fairness. Starmer also raised the Middle East crisis, urging the Prime Minister to act. For over 10 weeks, Israeli forces have blocked food, water, and medicine from entering Gaza. 2 million people are at risk of famine. Will he pick up the phone to President Trump for a joint plan to recognize Palestine and get aid into Gaza?